Okay, this is William, and we got the car wash, and I'm going to show you something. This is called a automatic car wash at the Coastal Car Wash, and go for it. And we got something to show you. This is called the dryers. This is the what that does is when the blower kicks on. Here's how this works. This is a Provest iron bay dryer system. This is and what that does is it's super loud. You can barely even tell. The blowers is gonna blow my mind. You see that two vents? The fans kick in, and what they do is it's gonna dry your car. These two vents, and if you see when you zoom it in, that's the motor. It's very big, a big, heavy motor. The motor drives the fan. And once the fan kicks on, the power switch is right there. That's how you turn the power switch on. You have to make sure that it's on in order to get the dryers to work. And what that does is, when the blowers are running, you see that three blue tubes that control which control your air to dry your car. In this case, what that does is, once the fans kick on, it's going to push the air through these three vents, which is right here. And what that does is, that was tells you it's drawings or something like that. But what that does is, when the blowers kick on, you can hear noises. You can hear a whirring noise on the beginning, on the startup. In that case, that the dryers will dry your car. This is how you get all of that water spots off of it. Right after the rinse, the car wash is going to notify you it's time to pull forward when the blowers kick on. In this case, every time when the blower kicks on after the rinse, see that big fans turning because of that wind. In this case, when the fan kicks on, the air is going to push right to these vents. It has two fans on each side. But I don't know. You can see it. You can see the fan just kick. You can see the air vents. You see that vents? The back, that's the motor. The motor, I think it's a 15.5 horsepower, or I don't know how many horse. Oh, I think that's the car wash. I think that the blower is gonna kick on. So, we're gonna watch this run through if we have time, and that way we can watch the fan kick on. Like, if you're seeing the water coming in, we're gonna watch it, but this is gonna be loud when it turns on. And what that does is, when the dryers kick on, all that, see that two vents comes on each side. This is how you can check to make sure that that's the control room right there. This is how you can check the controls in that case. That's the guy that check to make sure that the car wash is working right. So what that does is, when the fan kicks on, the two vents pushes the air to the air in vent. That pushes the air to let the car dry through. After the rinse, the dryers will kick on, and then the car wash is going to tell you to pull forward. You will hear that little buzz. Once after the little then the dryers kick on. In this case, once you hear that little loud buzz, that indicates that you can drive the forward. In that case, when the car wash kicks on, after the rinse, spot-free rinse, then the fan just kicked on. You can hear like it's so loud you can barely even tell. In this case, that the dryers kick on, in this particular case, like most of these car wash, all the automatic car wash needs to have this. So in that case, it will have water spots into your car. In this particular case, you see that little vents kicking in? Yep. And over there, if you see that little box, that's the power switch. This is how you can safely disconnect the power before performing any repairs or maintenances. You can see all that water coming in. This is not come from the automatic bay, but it's from the manual bay. So in this case, when the car wash after the rinse, then the dryers kick on. It comes on after the first rinse. So what that does is when the fans kick on, all that vents is gonna it's gonna dry your car. In this particular case, you can and it gives you like, I think on these ones the dry is gonna do is like, depending on your wash selection, like it will yeah, so like all of the car washes have a dryer switch. Every time when the dryers is still running, once you leave the vehicle, when the dryers turn on, it turns itself off. I think this one turns itself on once you leave your car, leave your vehicle. In this case, this is how you can what that does is when the fan kicks on, see that blue air tank vents, blue vents. You see that 3 vents coming in. This is how when the air pushes in, these 2 fans kick on, and it pushes the air between the air vents. So not the air, yeah. You see the little 3 tubes right there? This is the this is how you when the fans are running, the dryers, when the blowers are running, the fan's gonna kick on. It needs to have 2 of them turn on in order to get the thing. Like this one has 2 dryers, and this one has 2 fans, and this one has 3 air tank vents. 2 of them are on each side. That's for the sides of your car, and the one up top is for the roof. This is how you can this is how you can dry your what that does is when the vents kick in, this is how it works. Oh, there she goes. Here we go. So you ready for the vents? I'm ready. Get ready. It's going to kick on really shortly. It's going to turn on really shortly. So what that does is when the air vents kick in, and the dryer's going to kick on. So yes. Here we go. Here we go. Get ready. It's going to kick on very, very in a second. I think that was yes. I think the dryer's going to kick on any second. What that does is when the air vents kick on, this is how it works. You hear that little buzz? It's going to kick on, so you better get ready. It's going to get really, really loud, okay? Hey, how's it going today? He says, how's it going today? How's it going today, guys? So, you ready for the car wash to kick on? So, I'm ready. And once after that little buzz, then the car wash is going to kick on. Once you see that little, yep, it's going to get ready. See all that water coming in? There she goes. Tamika, you see that? Tamika, you see that? Do you see that water kicking in? Tamika, do you see that water coming in? Do you know how that works?
Yep, I sure do.
You tell me. It washes your car, right? Let's listen for the dryer, shall we? Hopefully this one might turn on here shortly. Yep. Tamika enjoys your new phone. Do you want to see your new phone? It's brand new, isn't it? It should turn on any second. Here it goes, Tamika. There she goes. You see it? It's gonna turn on any second. It's really cool, isn't it? So yeah, I think we have time. Nope. All right, that's how. Oh, there she goes. Tamika, can you hear it? There she goes. You hear that? Let me unplug. Alright, You heard that kick in? That was a very, very nice